Hi everyone, Lawrence here and welcome to Pokémon. Before we dive into today's video, which is all about collecting and investing as a beginner in Pokémon, I just want to make clear that I'm not a financial advisor. I just love to share my experience and my knowledge from collecting and investing in this beautiful hobby, but always make sure that you do your own research and you make choices based on your budget to spend on this pretty expensive hobby. With that being said, let's roll the intro. As a beginner in the hobby, one of the first questions you might have is which set do you need to pick up? Well, the key here is to do some research. Do you prefer modern? Do you prefer vintage? If you're into modern Pokemon cards, don't rush into the newest set like Paldean Fates. Take a moment to explore, for example, the Sword and Shield era and maybe also some newer sets Paldea evolved from Scarlet and Violet. The Sword and Shield sets are a little bit older, they hit a reprint and the supply is gradually decreasing. Paldea Evolved is pretty new, has fantastic artwork, the current price is pretty low. I think a classic booster box is going for around 100 euros here in Europe. And if I'm right, the Pokemon company still didn't confirm a reprint of Paldea Evolved. You might also consider some older sets from the Sun and Moon era, for example, but because this video is specifically focused on investing as a beginner with a limited budget, I would definitely recommend to focus on Sword and Shield. My second tip is picking the right products. So you made your choice, you picked the set, but which product do you need to pick up? I would always recommend to pick up a classic booster box. Most of the set do have a classic booster box, not including the specialty sets like Crowns in It, 151 and Paldean Fates. You can also consider picking up some smaller products from popular sets like Evolving Skies, or picking up some products with a beautiful promo card in it. I just picked up a couple of the Arceus V figure collection boxes. They have a beautiful Arceus promo card in it and also a Cosmic Eclipse pack, which could be interesting for investing on the long term. My third tip is investing in singles and sealed. Most of the time, I would always recommend to spend around 20% of your budget on singles and maybe some graded cards. When you just started, I wouldn't recommend to focus very hard on the graded cards because grading cards can be pretty expensive nowadays. The remaining 80% you would spend on sealed products. Sealed products like the classic booster box, as I told you, or just some smaller products with a cool promo card in it or with packs from a popular set. My fourth and last tip is don't FOMO. Avoid putting all of your money into the newest set like Paldean Fates nowadays. Instead, just focus on sets that are like 2-3 years old from the Sword and Shield era. They had their moment in the spotlight, they had their reprint. Prices from these sets are way more stable, so just consider picking up some singles from these sets, collecting a classic booster box, or maybe the newer Paldea Evolved from Scarlet and Violet. So that's it for today. I would love to hear what you are collecting right now, and if you have any suggestions for the upcoming videos for this channel. Please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao!